Today, we submit the slate for the Party for Progress, the second step on a journey towards a mission that will not end on January 9, 2020. It has been an incredible 2 months of executing the plan that we outlined at our launch, of engaging with the people of and key institutions within the community. At our launch event, and at every event since, we have mentioned that any person who asks the people for their vote must have the political will to take the sometimes difficult decisions for the best interests of the country. During the last few weeks, many have and will continue to say that they will try or have been trying to work to fix the issues facing us all. To that we say do or do not. There is no try. Not if you have the political will to bring about true growth for all of St. Martin's people. The time has come for us to stop operating from fear of reprisal or repercussions, afraid to speak up when we see what we know is wrong being done. It will not be simple, but it is necessary. And it will not come from those who have begun echoing principles they just learned about 2 months ago. Thank you to the Central Voting Bureau for your guidance and communication to this point and beyond. We deeply appreciate it as a first-time party. Thank you to our families and friends who have sustained and uplifted us this far and will continue to do so as they travel this road with us. And finally, thank you to those St. Martiners who may or may not know us, but have taken the time to stop us in the streets, speak to us, and encourage us in the weeks since our launch. We're humbled by your kind words and excited to continue to meet you in your communities during this campaign time and thereafter. Thank you again and see you soon.
Come back, hello. Come back.
This morning I am proud to stand here as the Prime Minister of St. Martin and also say a blessed good morning to all the people of St. Martin following this broadcast. We did not ask for this election, did we? No. We simply wanted good governance.
That's right.
We simply wanted transparency. We simply wanted that a government would answer to Parliament.
Yes.
And that the people would come first.
That's right.
As members of Parliament, together with several others, we saw since March of this year that there was a disarray in Parliament as well as government. The fiasco that ensued was not of the making of the National Alliance.
Nope.
Fingers have been pointed, but who know and who didn't know will know.
Oh, yeah.
As a National Alliance, we have always stood for integrity. We have always stood for good governance. We have worked hard, whether in government or in Parliament, to ensure that especially the most vulnerable people of St. Martin were taken care of. When they unceremoniously kicked us out after the devastation of hurricanes, when they admitted whoever was sitting there would have had the same problem, they still found an opportune moment to grab power. And that's why we are where we are today. Had the National Alliance-led government of 2016 to 2020 still been in power, we would not be where we are today. Instability would not be. Instability would not be the order of the day. When you talk about instability, do you hear the word National Alliance?
No.
No. We are the most stable party in St. Martin.
Yes.
We are the party of the people, have always been about the people. And while some may say we are the oldest party, we are proud of that. Amen. You know why? Because though we are the oldest party, it's the only party where the leader at the time and one of the main founders, Mr. William Marlin, now chairman of Parliament, saw it fit to bring on young, innovative, intelligent candidates of the people from back in the days. And I started in 2010, and he saw leadership in me. He didn't wait for no coup. He didn't wait for no uproar. He passed the mantle, and the people showed it by their votes.
Amen.
So while we were left out of the formation of the 2018-2022 government, we didn't cry, we didn't run and hide. We sat in these benches and defended the people of St. Martin to the best of our ability. And when after 2 weeks that their support had been pulled, which they don't want to admit that their government fell then, but hey, Who no? It falls since March.
The people know.
The people know. We waited the 2 weeks because the governor said, with his statement, he is still willing, Mr. Myers that is, to form a new coalition with his former coalition, which contradiction in terms to me, but hey, vrije mandaat, they say. Vote your conscience here in Parliament. We vote our conscience here in Parliament. And together we decided the instability could not continue. We saw ministers fighting each other in press briefing. We saw contradictory in turn. Could this continue for this country to rebuild? No. And that is why, together with independent members and the USP party, we came together for St. Martin.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Be a part of this very important occasion, I think, for St. Martin and for all the people who have stood by what we have been able to do in Parliament. I believe that the UP party and what we stand for, standing up for our people, standing up for the needs that we really want to have addressed in a real way in St. Martin. We have had many people that have approached us and have been speaking to my candidates. And all of these candidates on this list have one thing in common: a really burning passion to serve their country. We see this as an opportunity to go out there to our people and actually understand the real needs. Not just what we see on social media, not just what we see in the newspaper, but let's understand what the people actually want. St. Martin is one of the most special places in the world. And for me, I can't imagine loving a place more than I love this island. And that message of love and compassion and hard work for our people needs to be brought back to the constituents. I say here today to my candidates joining us in this journey with the UP party, I say that continue that resolve that you have burning in you to represent and work for our country. Above all, that is who you are here for. You are here not just to represent the UP party, but you are already taking the path to be representatives of the people in this honorable hall and as a whole in our country.
Yeah!
I would like to thank everyone so much for the opportunity. I would be remiss to not thank the opportunity given to me by the board of the UP, as well as the founder of the party, Theodore Heiliger, a visionary who has really groomed this party to be what it is today, and someone that I hold in very high regards. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you, Maine Voting Bureau. I hope you accept our credentials in this year today so that we can go out to the work of the people.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting for people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
We are on two minds here. One, we are here because elections were called in the midst of what should be festivities for the people of St. Martin. But instead, we are all encumbered with asking the good citizens of this country to come out once again and give us their support. The PPA is participating in these elections. We hope to secure the 136 signatures tomorrow from the electorate because it is very, very important for the public to understand that we cannot continue going through these processes. The patience of our people are being taxed. Our people are suffering mentally, socially, and structurally. Our Constitution is very clear. We, the 15 members who will be elected to sit in this House of the People, we, the people, deserve good, strong, stable, reliable representation. This is not a popularity contest. This is not who can give you what more than the next. This is about capturing the hearts and the minds of the people of St. Martin. That's why I'm on these two minds, because it is very difficult to ask people to give you that trust and give you that vote again when you know, when we know that we, the PPA party, the People's Progressive Alliance, who has not been in office for 5 years, the people of St. Martin who went through a devastating hurricane, the pensioners, the kids, meaning schools, the handicapped, the elderly, our environment, our infrastructure, our airport, our harbor is suffering. And for 5-6 years, because I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Yes, we started out almost 10 years ago. January 9th, 2020 is an opportunity to put the past behind us in a good way and look forward to the future, to give our children, the next generation of St. Martiners, a legacy that they can be proud of. That is what our parties and our candidacy stand for. The era, the decade of divisiveness, or as we say in St. Martin, divisiveness, pitching each other, pitching one against each other. St. Martin is too small. Our message is a message of hope. Our message is a message of strength. Our message is a message to tell people, we will always be there for you. The only way that we can do so is by voting us into Parliament come January 9th, 2020. Mr. Chairman, I started out, first President of Parliament, and the task was humongous. It was also at the beginning, at the threshold of a new era, October 2010. And all of us were full of hope. And we started here, we sat here together with the help of staff, and we built this house of this institution for the people of St. Martin from scratch. We did it with dignity. Yes, there were discussions among each other, but at the end of the day, we had one at the beginning, one parliament, one term for 4 years.
Good afternoon. The St. Martin Christian Party is a party that was established to bring about good governance in St. Martin, and also to ensure that the standard in Parliament be raised. And we have endeavored to do that during the past months that we have been in office. And we believe that what we started has not yet been completed, and therefore we are running again with 13 strong, and we want to be able to give the people of St. Martin and this country proper representation, and especially government that stands by Christian principles, which are universal principles of integrity and honesty, values and norms that we all know are the foundation of St. Martin, and this is what we want to bring back to government. So I am hoping and asking the people of St. Martin to give the St. Martin Christian Party another opportunity to represent the people with good governance. And I wish all the others who are contesting much success in this election. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the United Democrats, it is my pleasure to have presented to you, Mr. Rogers and your colleagues, our list to participate in the January 9th, 2020 election. We are extremely happy, notwithstanding what we consider the untimeliness of an election at this time, that we are able to participate on January the 9th by submitting this list. The United Democrats was formed on the basis of a very clear vision having to do at the time with the rebuilding and reconstructing of St. Martin following the hurricanes in 2017. That vision of togetherness, resolve, unity remains just as valid today as it was back then. I believe that 2020 is a good point for us to stand still and look at 10 years of country status. Where are we today? Yes, the United Democrats, upon learning of the calling of an election, decided to seek unity because we believe that in 2020, it's going to be extremely important that we work together to accomplish the things that we believe need to be accomplished for St. Martin. Critical to this is stability. Critical to this is having a governing program presented and the time to execute it. At the end of the day, and mind you, that unity we sought was with like-minded persons and parties. At the end of the day, having been through the battles as United Democrats, having been in a government and in a parliament, committed to the future of this country, we proudly present you the list of our 11 candidates. And I know some of you actually come out of the fire of wanting to do good for St. Martin, the fire of encountering challenges and setbacks along the way. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen, fellow candidates, we are going to do it again. And if it takes going through the fire again, we will do that for St. Martin. 2020 will be a turning point for St. Martin as we chart a course to 2030. 10 years of a vision for St. Martin. Thank you, Mr. Rogers. Thank you, members of the Central Voting Bureau. And thank the members who have joined me on this crusade, on this campaign. It's a short campaign.
Make use of Web Mobile Banking with easy access and direct usage of face recognition, PIN code, or fingerprint. Download WIB mobile banking app and make your transaction from anywhere at any time. For more information, visit wib-bank.net/quick-login.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
With some mandate that was brought in front of us, we will continue to make sure that those things is executed on a timely basis. But it cannot be at the pressures of those who feel that legislation must fly through this legislative hall at their will. It cannot. That is not the St. Martin we want. We want to be able to sit in here and debate and deal with legislation that needs international support. But it can't come at all costs to the detriment of these people.
Yes.
We have seen what the banks are doing to all of us in this country. Banks come, they sell, they go, they came, and nothing changed. And if we don't legislate in here to bring changes to what is happening to our people will continue to perish all the way down. Let's stand here in this next 4 years, that my voice will be louder, stronger, with this team behind me to stop the wrong that is taking place. Too many of us sit down and allow it to happen. We work hard as St. Martiners, we develop ourselves, and today when we look and see what is happening, they are destroying all of us as young business people for selfish reasons. So I'm saying proud as leader of this political party, with all of us who are here, we're going to continue with the development of the airport. We're going to continue with the infrastructure development. We're going to continue to fix the houses, but more so we're going to fix the sports tourism. Because today we came up Front Street with one of those racing cars in front of us to show the people the vision that I had many years ago is the vision today that still is yawning for that support in this country. So today, I want to thank all of those 19 candidates and their family and their supporters for supporting us. I'm proud to lead this party again. While I gave young people the opportunity to lead, they decide to jump for greener pastures. But nevertheless, I stand here proud and strong to defend our people, the people of this country.
We have now arrived to the end of postulation day. As I indicated this morning, as per Article 22 of the Election Ordinance, all registered political parties at the Electoral Council are allowed to submit your list of candidates to the Central Voting Bureau on postulation day between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. As you've been able to see, 7 political parties have submitted their list of candidates to us, and they have even addressed their constituencies in St. Martin in general. And based on the 7 political parties, I can inform you they are the PFP, the Party for Progress, submitted a list of 8 candidates. Then we had the National Alliance, submitted a list of 23 candidates. Then we had the St. Martin Christian Party, submitted a list of 13 candidates. We have the United People's Party, submitted a list of 23 candidates. We had a PPA, submitted a list of 15 candidates. The United Democrats submitted a list of 11 candidates, and the US Party submitted a list of 19 candidates. In total, those are 112 candidates. As indicated before, we will be examining the list of candidates. That examination will take place on Monday, and we will inform the political parties of our findings of the examinations. If there are any defaults, we will inform them of such on Tuesday the 26th, and they will have a period of 3 days in order to remedy those defaults. Tomorrow is endorsement day, and the same time period from 9 to 4, those political parties that have not received 1 or more seats during the previous parliamentary election, they will be required to obtain 136 signatures in order to contend the parliamentary elections of 2020 on January 9th. Now, once we have examined the list and we have provided parties to remedy the defaults, if so be the case, we will have a public meeting on December 2nd in order to decide on the validity of the list. And once a decision is taken by the Central Voting Bureau, then those are the list with the candidates that will be placed on the ballot and will be allowed to contend the January 9th, 2020 election. Once again, I would like to thank everyone for listening. I would like to thank my colleagues from Wright, Mr. Anastasia Baker, Tamara Richardson, Mercedes James, and Cindy Madica. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, St. Martin, for listening. Have a great afternoon.